Okay, let's see if this is working today. Hi, everybody. um, this thing's always telling me I need to send in the chat. I'm just gonna ignore it because honestly, we're just gonna be doing some talking today. And clearly, you can hear I still sound a little funny. I still have a cough. I'm well over my cold, but the cough is just lingering. And also, it's spring and allergy. Oh, I forgot to take my allergy pill this morning. So this is where I am at today. Yeah. So I thought I'd try something a little different. Because I was gone all weekend. This weekend I went to Vista Fiber Festival. I didn't really have anything super duper planned for what I was going to do today on the stream, to be honest. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, what would be easy for me to get on camera? A lot of stuff is not so easy to film because I have this camera like on an arm. I don't know if you can see it here. My camera. And I'm not like somebody who is well versed in either audiovisual equipment or streaming. So I'm doing what I can with what I have in a very, very small space. So I was thinking about it yesterday and I was like, oh, well, I kind of went off the deep end and decided to start a project. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just come here and talk about my project, talk about what happened this weekend, talk about my own version of crazy, which this will be the epitome of me, so get ready for it. And just chat. So lots of talking today. I will do my best to keep in here. I've got iced tea, hot tea, and water. So hopefully that will help me keep myself from coughing in your faces. That would be nice. Like I said, I got over the cold. It just doesn't want to go away. The cough. So here I am. I'm knitting this sweater, and I don't know what possessed me. So like when I talk about my own brand of crazy, I sometimes have a tendency to do some pretty impulsive things. And one of those impulsive things is, how do I explain this? So you have an event coming up and you look in your closet, and let's say for this particular event, you need something very specific to wear and you don't have that thing to wear. But maybe, just maybe, you're a normal person and you go to a store and you buy something to wear, right? But I'm kind of in this weird place right now where I'm boycotting a lot of like big stores and not super into fast fashion, trying to make my own clothing, things like that. So about a week ago, I was giving some thought to my wardrobe because I have an event tomorrow night. And for those of you that don't know, I am a Girl Scout leader to a group of 6 middle schoolers. None of them are my own kid. My own kid's already graduated out of Girl Scouts. And she had different leaders. They were in the same troop, but the older girls have already graduated out. They're lifetime Girl Scouts, and sometimes they come help or whatever. But for the most part, it's me and the moms, which I'm very, very lucky. The moms in my Girl Scout troop are really super awesome. One of my co-leaders, who's been my co-leader for a very long time, and we've been friends for a very long time, my friend Michelle, she will be going to this event with me. So I was thinking about it, and I was on a Zoom call for this event. It's an award ceremony for the girls who complete their silver award, which is in general, like right now, they're going to be graduating from middle school to high school. So around this time, you would do your silver award. When they were younger, they did a bronze award. And then once they're getting towards the end of high school, they'll do their gold award. My kid did their silver award during COVID. So we didn't go to an event. It was done on Zoom, and I didn't really have to think about it because we did it from our couch, right? So because I'm like the main leader for this group of girls, and they've all done their silver award, now this year I get to go to an event. So I'm on the Zoom, and they're talking about dress attire for leaders. Now, most folks that know me know that I don't have any business attire. I work in animation. Not many people really dress up. Like if you were working in some kind of corporate office or, you know, something like that, it's not like that. Like most of the guys and gals, you know, folks that come in, artists wear shorts and flip-flops. You know, there's not a real strict dress code. So one of the things about this particular event is that you have to be in leader dress, which in general is navy blue. I also don't own a lot of navy blue. I feel like I am former gothy, likes to wear black all the time, but really on the inside I want to be rainbow bright. So a lot of my clothes are either really loud, crazy colors, or maybe I might have some bold prints or things like that. But I don't really have anything that's like business attire navy blue. So I was thinking about it and I thought, okay, well, I have a black skirt that I can wear. And it's usually my uniform when I wear my black skirt, a black tank top, and then I have my orange ranunculus, which I wear over the black tank top. And that's a, you know, easy outfit. It's comfortable for me. It's nice, but it's not like uncomfortable like a business suit or whatever. Still passable, right? For being in that sort of environment where you have to dress up a little bit. So I'm like, cool. Okay, well, it's Tuesday. The event's in a week. This is me last week. Surely I can knit a sweater in a week. I've knit the ranunculus before. So, okay, let's do this. Pull down my bins, jump through my stash. And I know a lot of us have a stash. And in general, we have a color story. My color story is not navy blue. But I did have a sweater that I had knit right when I first began to knit in a navy blue silk. It's the yarn that you see me knitting with right now. And so I thought to myself, okay, well, I have this sweater. I never wear it. It doesn't really fit right anymore. It was silk. It was like a deep V-neck with bell sleeves. The problem is that silk's very drapey. So it got very drapey in the chest to the point where, like I put a picture as a thumbnail. So that's the original sweater I knit years and years and years ago. 15 plus years ago. Barely remember knitting it. Don't know what I've done. And so I grabbed the sweater, and because the silk drapes, it was like not even covering my chest anymore. So I decided, okay, I'm going to rip it apart and I'm going to knit a ranunculus. I already know that a ranunculus looks wonderful with this skirt and tank top. I can wear that, like a pair of flats or something, right? For this event that I have tomorrow night. This was last Tuesday. So I grab the sweater and I start very carefully trying to take it apart. Now, this sweater is a bit of a mystery. So in the thumbnail, you can see it for this video, but the pattern was called the Hannah by Cocoa Knits. It's really pretty, really drapey. This yarn is gorgeous and so soft and cool. So like I could wear this in the summertime. During the Zoom, they were talking about like, be aware, it might be hot. Please dress accordingly, but also make sure you're dressed up. Okay. So I'm like, okay, this is the perfect yarn. I don't have to go in my stash because I have this sweater in my stash. Just take it apart, knit it into something new. So I started taking it apart. I was having a heck of a time. Couldn't get the bottom hem to unravel. So I looked at it carefully and I saw I had ribbing, like maybe 6 rows of ribbing at the bottom. So I cut the ribbing off. And by the time I was able to do that, the bottom part, because it was empire waisted, cross, like deep V, sort of flaring out sort of situation. And so I cut off the bottom 6 rows, which were the ribbing. I think it was knit one, purl one ribbing, and cut those off. And then I was able to unravel the bottom piece up to the part where the empire waist was. So I do that. I was able, pardon me, to get a couple balls of yarn, like skeined it up, steamed it, because for anyone who's ever taken apart a sweater, I threw my ball of yarn so it wouldn't roll away in a bag down here, so pardon me for reaching. But anyone who's ever taken apart a sweater will know when you unravel it, this is what it looks like. You've knit it, you've blocked it. It has that memory now where these stitches were. So you're going to get zigzaggy stuff. So I skeined it up. I took it over by my laundry. I had, at that point, 2 skeins. I don't know what the yardage was. It was just the bottom skirt portion of this top. And steamed it. Looked almost brand new. Like, got all the kinks out of it. All this stuff. And we were good. So that went well. I started knitting the sweater. I ran out of yarn. Okay, well, oh, wait, sorry. Let me backtrack a little bit. I cast on a ranunculus. Same size needles that I did. Same size needles as called for in the pattern. So I cast it on. I do the yoke. Not happy with it. Rip it out. I cast on another ranunculus on, I want to say I got bigger needles. Cast on the yoke. It was holy. Like, I wasn't real sure how I wanted to do it. If I wanted to be like super open or whatever, didn't like it. Regardless, the ranunculus was not working for me. Not with this yarn. If you can see in this, it's a navy blue silk that is plied with, gosh, I don't even know what color that is. Sort of like a dark taupe thread. I don't have any more of this in my stash. I'd have to go on Ravelry to be able to tell you what it is. Don't really know what it is. I know it came on a cone. So, I was like, okay, ranunculus is not going to work. I've cast it on twice. I've knit the yoke twice. Didn't like either one of them. So I stopped. Ripped it apart. So in my arsenal of projects that I wanted to start, I have this, which is called the Magpie Tendency. Now, I originally bought this pattern because you can even see at the top, it says it's for seismic yarn at Flock in Seattle last year. I bought seismic yarn in brushed merino. I'm allergic to mohair, but I really, really love those fluffy, like soft yarns that look like they're just hit glow, you know, like they're, anyway. So I got brushed merino because I've never knit with it before and I figured I'd try it. And I got it in 2 different neon colors. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this particular style right here for that yarn, but I was planning on doing, this particular style. Oh, I'll show it down here. This one. I thought it'd be really cool to have like the tops of the shoulders in one color with the sleeves and the neckline, and then have the rest in another color. And then I could do like that contrast color down at the bottom. So that's what I was planning to do for the seismic yarn. However, I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, it's drapey, it's open, and it looks like it might be quick knit. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. So I did. So prior to heading to Vista, I started knitting it, and I got pretty far. That's where we're at right now. And here's the thing. I made this because I was really unsure. I didn't go by bust size. I went by upper arm size. But honestly, like, I knitted a size bigger than I would have if I had the time and could really investigate how this pattern was going to knit up. With that being said, when I knitted in the brushed merino, I'm going to downsize it a size. It's very big, very drapey. But I knew, pardon me. Okay. I knew that because I was knitting it in silk, it would be drapey, and so it would be forgiving. Even if I did make it too big, at least it'll drape down and it won't look sloppy or anything because of the silk. With the merino, I'm going to size it down a size because, like, in looking at this, the sleeves are plenty big. I don't know if it's my gauge or what. I did not do a gauge swatch. Please don't judge. I just jumped in. So, like I said, made it a size bigger than I would normally. And it's looking really good. I really like it. It's very soft. It's very squishy. Now, as you can see from me holding this up, it maybe could cover my chest. And it is pretty big. But, like, let's see. Here we go. It's like right here. So I still have a ways to go. I'm not going to knit the long sleeves on it. It's going to be short sleeve. I need to have this done by tomorrow night. But Stacey, what do you mean you have to have this done tomorrow night? Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to block it? Funny, you should ask. My plan is to knit like the wind for the rest of today until I can get to the bottom of this, do the sleeves real quick, weave in the ends, steam block it. I have until I need to leave for the event tomorrow night in the evening. So dinner time, right? So I do have enough time to hopefully finish this and the sleeves and steam block it so it's dry. I will wear this thing wet if I have to. Like, I need to have this sweater done. With that being said, my friend Jen, who I stayed with this weekend, she helped me out. Like, because one of the issues that we're having with this, like, oh, you're like, Stacey, you're knitting with this yarn. Obviously, you haven't gone back in and steamed this yarn. No, because I literally just unraveled this from a piece of the old sweater. Now, here is what I have of, oh gosh, there's so many ends here too, sorry. This is what I have of the old sweater. I have the cross front here and one sleeve. Okay, which, like, I'm sorry, I'm pulling it. It looks like a little scarf or whatever. But yeah, so you can see it. It's, you know, it has wear. It's seen better days. I have ribbing here. So here's the fun part. So I get to my friend Jen's house, and we're up on Friday night, and we are doing our knitting and sitting on the couch and chatting and stuff. And I told her, I'm like, yeah, you know, I brought the rest of my sweater because I'm going to need to unravel yarn. I'm going to run out. There's not going to be enough for me to finish this sweater by Tuesday. And she's like, oh, let me help you. I'll go ahead and start unraveling some. And I'm like, listen, here's the situation. I did the bottom of the skirt portion of this, and I had a hell of a time unraveling it. Like, I don't know what happened with this. So I had to cut those rows off the bottom And then it started unraveling and I just let it go and I tried to do my thing. But I literally, like, you guys, and you can do this. It's like, thank goodness knitting can be forgiving like this, right? Look at, I have tons of these tiny balls because, like, I only have so much patience for trying to unravel something if it's not going to unravel. Now, so Jen started working on the other sleeve, the one that is already unraveled, and was picking at it and picking at it. And she's like, I don't know what you did, girl. What and how did you knit this? And I'm like, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I knit this like 15, 20 years ago, right? Like, I don't remember how I did this. I probably should have looked at my Ravelry because I do have some process pictures on there. Anyway, so I wasn't sure how I knit this. I couldn't remember. Like, I barely remember even knitting it. So she was taking it apart and taking it apart. And in every stitch, this is the part that we couldn't get over because it's like, how does one do this? Inside every one of these loose stitches, now these are fine. Like, if I needed to take this apart, you see, like, in general, oh, here's a good one. In general, you should be able to rip this apart, but see how it's snagging on that one stitch right here? This thread is inside that stitch, inside the loop. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I just pulled that out. What happens when you have a big ball of yarn? You've got to try to stretch that loop in order to get that thread out. And what she was finding